Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's open a beverage of your choice. Because today I am going to be reviewing the complete web of horror. I don't know if I call it omnibus or not, but hardback. If you saw my video that I did on the quote-unquote unboxing of this book, wasn't actually unboxed. I just picked it up at my LCS. I said that I had never heard of this series before. But I am so glad that I got it, because there's a reason I had never heard of it, because this fanzine came out, the first issue came out in 1969, which is the year I came out. You know what I mean. It was in response to the eerie and creepy magazines who were out, and kind of big magazines, but they were starting to do a lot of reprints, and so these guys kind of got together and started a new magazine where they wanted to do high quality stuff and not do any reprints. And what is really okay, well, first of all, it is put together by Donna Marie Andra, who you can tell this is a labor of love. You get the complete history of this magazine from. You have an introduction written by Dana herself, giving the history of it, and then you have a couple different essays from some of the people involved. You had the editor, you had a couple of the artists and stuff like that, to give you a lot of the back history of what happened and why. Because it was 3 issues. It fell apart because the guy who was the editor just decided he was talked into going off to some hippie camp commune and just left without telling people, leaving people to try and scramble to keep the magazine afloat, and it didn't work. So it was really interesting history on it, and then you got events from the eyes of 2 or 3 different people who were involved, like a couple of the main writers, the editor and all that, and then you get into the reprints. Well, you get into the different magazines. The first one, the second one, and you get to see the beautiful artwork in here with such masters as Bernie Wrightson, and who else? Otto Binder, Terry Bisson, and Nicola Culty, Marv Wolfman, Len Wein, George Conway, and others. Is illustrated by Bernie Wrightson, Jeff Jones, Michael Culata, some of the really big names in horror work. And then one of the cool things in here was each magazine, they had a little place in here for an art contest. So what they did, you can see the art right here, right? But they left a space for you to fill in some art. And then, what are these people running from? So you do that, and then you're going to send the content, you send the artwork in, and they're going to have a contest for who won, the overall winner of the artwork, which was never, it was never done because after the three initial issues, it folded, and so they couldn't, or maybe they did, I don't remember, but this, like I said, this was in in direct competition with the creepy and eerie magazines, and having read some of those magazines, these stories were just as good, if not better. And every one of these, here, look at this. Bernie Wrightson, artwork for the cover. All of these stories were just so well done. Some were better than others, as usual. But all were good. I mean, they're in creepy and I keep wanting to say archives. In creepy and eerie, you read some of them that aren't that good, but this one, every single one in here was at least above average, and so most of them were exceptional. And the art in here is, I mean, just look at the art and the stories were very well done. I found myself just tearing through these stories because they were so good, but then I wanted to slow down because I wanted to sit there and just kind of stare at the artwork because it was so good. And that's a good problem to have. I mean, sometimes I've read a couple of these, omnibuses that you're just sitting there going, you're trying to slog through them because some of the stories on there are just not that good, or the art sucks. You get these the Longbow Hunters right there. That was really good. You didn't have a problem with stuff like that. But then you get the infinite crisis, whatever it is over there. That's not all that great. But this is one of those ones that you just everything was just so good and so well drawn. And add to the fact that it's got all this wonderful material at the beginning. It was so informative and so well written, and it's on this really nice paper. It's nice, just strong paper. You don't need to worry about things, and it looks visually appealing on the front, just on the cover. And then you have, look, just from front to back, from beginning to back. I mean, there's just, it's a feast. And I have to tell you, Dana Andro this was, she did fantastic. This was, you could tell she put a lot of work into this, and she deserves a bunch of credit for it. This is $49.99, and it's worth every penny of it. And I'm so glad that I picked it up on kind of a whim. This is going to be one of my, favorite pieces of the collection. And I already even have a space for it right up over there with all my other horror stuff. This is not anything that I'm going to sell, or I'm going to keep it and probably be rereading it at some point in the near future, because this was wow. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. I can't go any higher than that, and if I could, I would. This is a great book. I can't stress anymore how good this was, and I'm really kind of disappointed there wasn't more stuff here, because it's got the 3 issues that were published. There was a 4th issue that they put together to put out, didn't get put out, but that's in there. And then they had some lost art and stories in there. One of them was written and done by Bernie Wrightson, that are in the back. So you're getting a good amount of material just story-wise, and then you get the history and the essays and all that on top of it, and then in the back you have a little thing on all the different creators, and 4 or 5 pages of all the different people who worked on it. Steve Hickman, Tony Teleresco, Norman Nodal, Mike Frederick, Len Wein, Marv Wolfman, who did Blade. They were also big in Marvel and DC. Jerry Conway, who was also another mainstream writer and stuff. So you get, just if you get the chance, get it, pick it up. It's even got nice, indented writing there. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but it's worth every cent of it. It's awesome. Pick it up. Anyway, let me know in the comments below whether you bought it, and if you did, if you liked it as much as I did. And like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your horror comics.